Small, medium or large, economy or premium? How do you choose between these, even when you know you don't have all the facts to hand? Pricing experts know how to get us to choose the most profitable options they sell, often without us even realizing it. Let's take an inside look at 3 pricing tricks and how they're put into practice. When you're shopping, have you ever been attracted to the way a price is presented? Ever bought a mobile phone bundle because the value made total sense in comparison to other bundles? Or opted for, say, a mid-range coffee machine because the top of the range was way too expensive to justify, but a lower range machine wasn't quite smart enough for you? Being attracted to a price offered or making a compromise between one product over another are both examples of how we can be psychologically nudged in a specific direction to purchase a product. Consumers are usually offered a range of options with different prices and attributes, but a company can maximize the sales of one particular product by offering what we call a decoy price to influence purchasing decisions. In the case of our coffee machine, the decoy is the much higher priced machine that nudges us towards the mid-range product over a low-priced machine. The supplier anticipates that they probably won't sell many high-end machines, but a more expensive option creates a compromise effect, making the mid-range machine seem much more attractive. The next trick is price anchoring. This is based on the idea that people tend to rely heavily on the first price point they see. Premier Inn, a UK budget hotel brand, offered low pricing with heavy discounts, resulting in high levels of occupancy but relatively low average spends. During sales, the hotel company promoted deeply discounted rooms, as low as just £19 for a room sleeping a family of 4. This drove high traffic to their website, but also resulted in many customers being disappointed because of the very limited availability of these low-priced rooms. The challenge was to reduce customer disappointment at the scarcity of discounted inventory and find a way to upsell these customers for better bottom-line profit. So, the company tested a couple of pricing options against its normal heavy discounting strategy. Test 1 offered a single price point, 300,000 rooms at £39. Test 2 offered 350,000 rooms with 3 price points, a price anchor of £49 as the highest rate, a mid-range rate of £29 and a further anchor of £19 as the lowest rate. Both tests reassured customers of the level of inventory available by signalling the number of rooms available in the promotion. Test 2 low and high price points acted as pricing anchors to manage the expectations of customers more effectively, so that not only were they just as inclined to book and buy, but also primed to be ready to spend more. The result was higher spends and an increase of 18% in average booking value over the original promotional method. Price framing is a third trick we can use. This borrows from the world of marketing. Framing can emphasize the positive elements of a situation and can potentially make negative elements seem less impactful. We often see this with food products, which tend to frame their health benefits over unhealthy attributes. Low-fat yogurt, for example, is often higher in sugar than regular yogurt, but they don't say, now with 50% more sugar. Similarly, we might use framing in hotel pricing to present the value of certain offers or discounts. For example, when we want a guest to increase their spend at the hotel, we typically bundle a room and dinner, framing the offering as a complete experience. Framing encourages consumers to prioritize value over price points. When we position a bundle price as having qualitative benefits for the customer, they are more likely to perceive value and purchase. Another example might be framing a discounted series of spa treatments as a long-term investment in a guest's health. That's a much more positive message than simply saving some money. The guest is positioned to see the value in the offer beyond just the price. Put simply, it's not what we say, but how we say it. In your next promotion, use price anchoring to prime people to trade up and measure the results. And remember, the 3 top psychological tricks are: price decoy is used when you want to direct the sales to a lower priced product from a premium priced product. Price anchoring is a psychology where people create a reference price from the first piece of information to make decisions, and price framing is a psychology to emphasize the positive elements of a situation.